We are in the Mata Atlântica, the Atlantic bush in the state of Rio de Janeiro, where we have moved the school down here. We used to be up in Minas Gerais, up a couple hours north of Rio. Now we're down here on the coast. And we're here clearing an area for the students' camp. We're clearing an area where they can set up their hammocks and things. Our base camp is just through the bush here a little ways, so this is where the students are going to stay. But this area is really, really overgrown. And we happen to be in an area which is loaded with native banana trees. Now, I'm not sure if they're native bananas or feral bananas. I'm more inclined to think that these banana trees were once a homestead and they've grown up, because there's all different types of bananas here. There's also orange trees and tangerine trees, guava trees are here, all in this one little tight area. So I'm thinking this was probably a settled area which is now totally overgrown. We've got to clear out these banana trees, and bananas are amazing. If you look at this tree here, this is a banana tree. It has to go. It's right in the middle of our camp. Once you cut a banana tree, it's going to grow back. They just keep growing. They grow from the roots. And a banana tree will grow until it's mature. It'll fruit once. They'll make one flower, make one bunch of bananas, and then they'll never produce bananas again. So the normal pattern of life cycle for banana trees is as soon as they fruit, you're going to harvest the banana, you just get rid of the tree and they go down. So it's not like we're killing this banana grove by taking out a few trees. They're just going to pop up and keep popping up. We're going to have to keep continually getting rid of the bananas that'll pop up in the middle of the student camp here. But banana trees are not very solid. There's not much here. Now this is not my good machete. This is a Psycho machete which has a working edge on it. Okay, and this is a regular banana tree.
Timber.
Down it goes. Bring the camera in. Let's take a look at the. A banana tree is basically just a big roll of wet cardboard. This here, let me use the bushcraft knife for that. Basically, there's just nothing to it. It has the consistency of maybe an onion. You know, it's just, like I said, wet cardboard. And the only thing that gives it structural stability is the fact that it's built like a roll. It's all rolled up like that, like a big newspaper that's been rolled up. It's just difficult to bend. But yeah, they're loaded with water. There is a technique, you can cut these off and hollow it out, but depending on the species of banana, it could be really bitter water. And banana juice will stain your blade. Banana juice will put a patina on that, on carbon steel. Just to give you an idea of what banana juice will do to a carbon steel blade, if I get this blade nice and wet, okay, you can already see it's starting to darken up. And what that is, it's oxidization, where the banana juice is reacting with the steel already. Okay, now you see that blade there. When I take this blade and wipe it off of my pants, take a look here. It puts a black, you can see this black, that was from before when I wiped it on my pants. That is actually the patina rubbing off. So banana juice is really hard on carbon steel. With a machete, it doesn't make any difference. If you clean it up, it's not like it's going to corrode the blade or eat it away, but your high-class bush knife will get a solid patina in the Mata Atlântica from all the different jungle juice and things that you're going to it'll encounter. A lot of them are very very hard on knives. Take this one down lower.
How does it feel to be back here in Brazil in the bush, man?
It's surreal. I've been gone for 2 years. A lot of bad stuff happened in my life in the last 2 years. And now the good stuff is starting to happen again. I'm back in Brazil, reactivating my channel. That has to happen. I no longer live in Brazil full time. I am now living in Michigan. I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I came down here because I have a permanent visa for Brazil. And in order to keep that, it's like a green card for Brazil. In order to keep that active, I have to actually be in the country every 2 years. And my 2 years was coming up, so I came down. Had a little bit of trouble with the federal police on the way in. I passed my ID card to the agent, and the ID card, the date on the ID card was expired. And that's, you know, what indicates that I have a permanent visa. And he says, aquí no hay nada. This is nothing. He throws it back at me. He gets on my passport. He says, so you're coming in as a tourist? I said, no, I'm coming in as a permanent resident. And he said basically, well, that's expired. And I said, no, it hasn't. I mean, we had some words. It was a very intense conversation for a few minutes. And he says, I'm gonna go get my boss. I'm like, you go get him. Boss comes out, is all apologetic. Says the only way you can lose a permanent visa is to stay out for more than 2 years. I do have to give you a fine for letting your ID card expire, but you know, it's all resolved. So I'm back. I'm going to get the ID card thing set up. So I will be hopefully coming back to work with Giuliano at Mesa do Mato, at least in the peak season. Depends on what my job situation, family situation back home, but I would love nothing more than to come down here and to continue to do what I've been doing in Brazil for all these years. So this is the start of that, and I am very, very happy to be back here. Yesterday coming in here, you know, you always have that little apprehensive moment when you're looking at the bush and looking at the jungle and thinking, oh my goodness, what in the world am I doing? I'm going to spend the night in this jungle, and it's hot and there's bugs all over the place and everything. And last night I slept, as they say here, I slept with the angels, okay, in my hammock, and I woke up this morning and felt like, okay, I am back. I am absolutely back in my element. This is what I want to be doing. This is where I want to be doing it, and this is who I want to be doing it with. And oh yeah, I'm back.
All right, we are glad you're back, Mac. We are all glad you're back, man. Believe me.
Muito feliz de estar de volta aqui no Brasil, no meu Brasil.
Sei, irmão.
Amém.
The man is back home. Good.
That never gets old. Try and get it off horizontal. There's nothing to them. The land we're using here is private land that we've contracted to actually hold the school on. And the bananas here, the people that own this land come in here and harvest bananas all the time. I want to explain this little plant here. If you look at the base here, you've got a semi-mature banana plant base which is grown up. And out of the middle of it you have this little broto, this little shoot growing up of a banana plant. And I asked Eduardo what that was all about. And what they'll do is if you let this banana plant grow to maturity, it'll grow bananas, but they'll be way high up in the air. And it makes it hard to harvest. You can't just walk along and chop it off. But if you take a semi-mature banana plant and chop it off at the base, what will happen is a new shoot will grow up out of the middle of it. And when it matures, it'll be a short banana plant, and it'll grow the same, it'll flower that one time, and it'll grow the bananas, but they'll be within easy reach. So someone has come in here and taken a semi-mature banana plant and cut it off so it'll grow up and give short bananas rather than bananas way high up in the air. We have permission to do any cutting we need to in here. This is private land, and they are opening this up for us to run the school here. And they told us you can cut any banana trees you want, cut any bananas, harvest them if you see them. So yeah, it's a great resource that we have here. And because this was probably an old homestead site, there's other fruit trees all around. They'll be giving fruit year-round in season. The growing season is all year, but they don't always fruit at the same time. So this will be a great location to run our school. In this area of the Mata Atlântica, we do have some really serious poisonous snakes, and they're not everywhere. It's not like everywhere. I haven't seen one yet in 2 days that we've been here, but you don't take any chances with poisonous snakes this far out in the bush, and with the kinds of venom you could get into here, it could be a really bad deal. So these are obligatory equipment. These are canaletas. In Portuguese, the canela is your shin bone, so a canaleta is a shin protector. But these are snake-proof gaiters that are over top of them, wearing jungle boots, but these are snake-proof gaiters that you have to wear over top of them. And that gives you a margin of protection against the poisonous snakes here, but you still have to be vigilant. You have to pay real attention to what's on the ground, where you're stepping. Stepping over a log like this, you don't just step over it blind, you take a look. If you're in an area with a lot of ground cover, a lot of really dense stuff on the ground, you carry a stick and you give it a poke and make sure that you know where you're stepping out here, because you really don't want to get into it. And these will give you a margin of protection, because most snake bites happen on the ankles of people stepping on snakes. So you've got to wear your armor, and they are uncomfortable, and they do make your legs sweat. When you walk through streams, they do get soaking wet. You know, your legs don't dry out, so they are uncomfortable to wear. But you're trading that off with dying of a poisonous snake bite or anaphylactic shock or nerve damage or whatever. So yeah, you wear your canaletas.
Thank God it is not one of the aggressive types you got here. If it was a bushmaster, if it was a bushmaster, a jararaca.
Yeah, red touches yellow. Look at that. Yep. And this is hardwood. Man, this is a nice piece of wood, dude.
You can use it for firewood.
Or, man, I don't know. This is a nice. I was going to chop it here. We should drag this out. This would be a good cross beam.
Okay.
This is a nice piece of wood, and it's nice and solid. It's not rotted at all. You gotta drag this out. I don't know what it is, but man, that's good wood. That is rock solid. And it's long. See that? See how long that is? We gotta drag that out.
Cool. Let's do it.